Our first destination is located on a quiet, picturesque piece of land in Thompson Station, a place that wasn't so quiet in 1863 during an important Civil War battle there. Well, recently Susan Watson discovered how the current owners of Homestead Manor Plantation can surround you with a peaceful version of history while serving a delicious lunch.
Students of Civil War history will recognize Homestead Manor, this lovely antebellum jewel, as the site of the Battle of Thompson Station. Troops of General Nathan Bedford Forrest clashed with Union forces here in 1863.
This was the only house between here in Franklin and here in Columbia. One of the most important things that's happened in the history of this house was on March 5th, 1863, 1.5 years prior to the Battle of Franklin, the Battle of Thompson Station took place, and there were 1,800 casualties. Whoa! The house was used as a hospital.
Well, thankfully, Homestead Manor has been a place of peace for many generations. And today, the doors open to welcome guests to a genteel and relaxing time of good company, delicious food, and taking tea, the way it was meant to be enjoyed. Longtime Franklin realtor Marcia Franks and her husband Jay bought Homestead Manor 8 years ago, and then spent an entire year renovating and restoring the home, bringing it fully into the 21st century while carefully preserving its past.
We actually bought it thinking that we would remodel it and use it as an investment and sell the house. At the time when we bought the house, I was getting over breast cancer. I was like 2 weeks before I could even come down here and see the house. And when I did, I just fell in love with it and said, I could live in this house. And my husband was like, I knew this was going to happen.
The longer Marcia lived here, the clearer it became that she really would enjoy sharing Homestead Manor and her love of tea with others.
We've had this house on tour before, and people would walk through, but nobody would sit down or really touch things. And I wanted people to be able to come in and experience what it was like to sit in this house and to have a meal.
And she does mean a good Southern meal. More about the tea later, but men, fear not. You will not leave here hungry.
Our menu is sophisticated Southern. One of our biggest sellers is our plantation salad, which is a scoop of chicken salad, and everything's homemade, pimento cheese, and a frozen cherry salad. And we have a blue plate special every day. For instance, today we're having a pecan pan-seared tilapia with plantation rice and confetti corn. But two of our biggest sellers by far are the Southern cream chicken and cornbread and our Tennessee hot brown.
Thank you.
We do love to cook things that are seasonal, so it does change up. We have a basic menu that we have people ask for time and time again. So our evening meal is a full dinner menu, and we have prime rib that we cook whole here. We have a pork chop, we have a pasta dish, so a little something for everybody. We started with my recipes. We've had some chefs who wanted to tweak those recipes. We tried it their way. Most of the time it came back to what my recipes were. We've had enough experience now in the last year, and we know what people like. The pastries also had an evolution. We have pastry chefs that just do a fabulous job. They give me a list a couple of weeks in advance, a dessert of the day, a special dessert. And we're seeing that people are now asking for the praline cake and the Italian cream cakes. And I knew enough to know that I could probably put together a tea room and make it look good and probably get people here, but the food had to be good.
Deciding whether to enjoy your tea iced or hot should probably be a fairly easy decision. Deciding which flavor, however, might not be so easy.
I want it to be a true tea salon. We have over 100 teas now, and I'm about to go to next week to the World Tea Expo again, so I'm sure I'll be bringing back more then too. It's been a great learning experience, especially about the benefits that tea has for you too.
And if you prefer to take your tea with more traditional accompaniments,
The afternoon tea is something that we serve all day long. A lot of people call it high tea. It's not actually high tea. High tea was served as a dinner. So it's called afternoon tea, but we serve it all day from 11 to 3. And it's served on a 3-tiered tray. Each person that orders it gets 2 scones, a sweet scone and a savory scone. And then you get to pick 4 sandwiches out of our selection of 9 sandwiches that you would prefer. And then there's 4 little tea desserts on top. A French macaroon, a delicious petit four, a tea cake cookie, and then there's either chocolate cheesecake or something else, and that's served with a pot of tea or all the iced tea you can drink.
As guests sip their tea and savor their meals, Marcia savors a few minutes with daughters Tanya and Brianna. Then she's off to another room to say hello and make sure her guests are enjoying Homestead Manor as much as she does.
I knew when we were moving here to open the tea room that I really wanted them with me. They could have said no. I probably would still be begging them, but they both said yes. And it's been a huge blessing to me because just to get to work with your daughters every day is fabulous.
It seems that a lot of people are discovering, like Marcia, that Homestead Manor is just their cup of tea.
It's a very peaceful, restful place, and we have so many people tell us that it's not like a restaurant where there's loud music and so much noise, but it's a peaceful place.